Hi everyone, it's Parul here, life and leadership coach, and today we have an important topic to talk about, and my friend Meher will join as well. I'm gonna see if I can invite her here. Meher, yeah, so Meher to join in. Um, hopefully she will.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. You are in.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible,
Shall I come back again?
but you are on dark. Also, I'm. Oh, she's. Hi, Nicolene. Thanks for joining. I'm going to invite Meher again. I think we're having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to invite Meher again while I'm talking. Yeah. So thanks for joining, and it'll be nice to hear if you. Uh, Meher, I'm repeating. Keep you mute, and then when I ask question, yeah, I'm not sure why my voice is coming back. Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I've got Meher joining here, and we talking today is important topic, and I know quite a lot of you joining in. So great to see you here to join our conversation. I think it's really important to acknowledge that obviously recent legislations has created a lot of anger, frustration, and worry and anxiety, not just in America, but, women and men around the world. People are worried about their children, their grandchildren, especially, granddaughters and daughters. But it's really also important to acknowledge that as a human being or woman, we shouldn't give up to any legislations. We'll keep rising. So, Meher, I want to ask you your view on the recent legislation, what your understanding and what you think about it. Over to you, Meher.
Thank you so much, Parul. I am sorry, I just joined in a little late. I wasn't sure. This is my first live, so yeah, I think being a trauma expert, I understand that this is something which is definitely is gonna create a lot of havoc for everyone around us, and specifically women. Uh, Also, being having said, I'm saying this because I'm a trauma survivor myself. I went through two abortions. I didn't want to, and I understand that what abortions can lead you to. So it has both the sides. Like if you are doing it willingly, then you are okay with it. If you are doing unwillingly, it has its own effect. But both has negative effects, because definitely if something which has come to you without your uh, consent, it becomes very difficult to accept.
Absolutely.
And it's very easier for everybody else to say, yeah, it's okay, you have to accept, this is your destiny. Everyone knows it's your destiny, it has happened, it's just done, we can't do anything about it, everyone knows about it. But uh, I think it is something which is it's not just about the challenge, it's also about knowing that it is something which will impact our mental health, specifically trauma and grief part, for those who have been through a lot of things, and it is going to impact them a lot. So I think being a lot more not just mindful but working towards it is one of the things we think I think we should start doing in to overcome that first step to for this challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Meher. I just, uh, yeah, I just want to summarize what you said in terms of how it's going to impact mental health. Absolutely. When people hear this news, and that's why I see quite a lot of my female friends from USA keep saying, sister, we are praying. We are praying. People are genuinely upset. When I heard it, I was upset. I just thought, what's happening? The clock has been turned back to centuries back. All this time, women's fighting for women's right, and suddenly, country like America doing it, nobody believing it because they talk about women's right in Afghanistan and third world country. What about women's right in USA? That's just absolute, inhuman. How this whole legislation came about. But I know, if people work together, things will settle down. So definitely, great point, Mayor. Mental health, absolutely. We all need to look after ourselves, men, women, and men need to support women too in this difficult time. And you mentioned about things will come up because what happened in people past. So yes, definitely is important to acknowledge and support those who's got things come up for them, and people need to go out and seek support as well. Great.
So, Parul, I have something to ask you. How men and women
Sorry,
should
Meher, you went.
what they should do to overcome this challenge?
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Meher. You went frozen.
Okay. So I just wanted to ask you that to overcome these challenges, what do you think men and women should do, or we as a society should do?
Yeah. Now, great question. And I think, yeah, it's really important we see all are one race, one human race. And we are created as a human. You know, it's important not to distinguish, yes, men have this rule, women have this rule. This abortion law and legislation affect both of us, and I've seen, I mean, I don't know whether you've seen my interview with Marvin Ambrosius last week. He's a fitness expert and celebrity, TV celebrity. He was talking about how he actually was worried about his daughter, you know his family in the state as well, not just in the UK. But it's really important for men to acknowledge the significant impact is having in women's mental health and women's health itself, and that we are one race and we need to work together, not making comment like some of the celebrity men made in the USA that created huge havoc. Lots of high profile men actually disrespecting women on this legislation, which is absolutely unacceptable. I've seen some of my friends actually quoting those men. What men don't realize is that we need to work together, and women also need to embrace, allow men to have a joint voice together. And I think when you work together, things come more easily than try to fight yourself. Yes, women's going to be rising up. Women's not going to give up because women never give up. It's important, that men and women work together. And nation and the society, people need to come together. Joint voice is much better than one voice. So it's really, really important. Like people come together and work together on this. If you got anything else to add on, the Meher, feel free to add on.
Sure. So I would just probably summarize and also put something what I need as as my perspective in this. What you said is absolutely right. It is not just gonna impact men or women, it is gonna impact the entire society and a lot of things together, the way we have been performing for all these years and everything around us. And specifically, because I come from India, and we are still struggling with a lot of things. So it is gonna be extremely difficult also in terms of, because every belief has their own thing, that you should do this, you shouldn't do that. If you're gonna do this, this will happen, that will happen. I don't want to get into any kind of religious or subjective talk, but the fact is that I truly believe, because I come from a very from a belief system, from a religious perspective, very strong religious perspective, wherein people, all these belief systems which have been created within us, which have been there, it is gonna impact, and it is gonna impact hugely. For some, few things will be okay, for some few things won't be okay, and it is also gonna create a lot of not just havoc, but a lot of chaos, not just mentally and emotionally, but otherwise in the family system, because now people will struggle with their basic belief system, what they should believe is true and what should they should not believe what is true, and the fact that to change their belief system, that is something which is definitely individual choice, isn't that? So I think what you said is so right, that it is going to impact the entire thing, and the main part is belief plus culture. That will play a major role in understanding how this abortion law should be taken by a lot of people. I don't want to say only for the people who are living in the US. There'll be so many people who are out of US and they are impacted. They are still wondering how they should take it and how they should go about it. Yeah.
Thank you, Meher, for someone. I want to acknowledge a few people there. Priya, Maria, Kate, and more. Yeah, quite a lot of people joining. So thank you for joining us. Yeah, so Meher, definitely. I think you mentioned a few things in here, which is really important. But I just wanted to ask you, not just work together, but as a woman, obviously they're taking it quite hard. What your top 3 to 5 tips would be for those women who finding challenging to take this legislation in?
I think, Parul, I think we should become more acceptable towards each other, first of all, because not everyone, even if I might say that I went through abortions, not everyone's journey is same, everyone's pain or whatever, everything is same. So I think we should become more acceptable, and not just acceptable but kind towards each other. I feel that we are still lacking in a lot of kindness and that human part of us, specifically nation countries. I don't want to judge anyone, but I just want to put in few points which I often see uh, as something which we still have to we need to do a lot of work in. So I think that is something there. And the next thing I feel, uh, our support system should be very strong. We are still struggling with a lot of strong support system. We don't have enough support to I mean, not just like overall support system in this thing, because let's be honest, when I got raped, people blamed me. When I got everything, whatever we women do, they are being blamed first. And as I said, it's all because of the belief and the culture thing which just gets into picture, and then they are like, oh, our belief doesn't say you allow you to do this, allow you to do that. But then for that person, that's the right thing to do at that moment. I mean, how can I judge that person? It is not right, because that is something I would probably also expect from somebody else, right? Being a trauma survivor and now an expert. So I think that is something should be there, a strong support system. And the third thing, I feel that uh it should be more, things should come out, should be spoken, not just within hidden thing, I'm glad that we are talking about it in an open forum, and we are still putting that effort, and we are doing all of that. But I think there are people are still apprehensive to speak about such things, to come up, to share their views, to do something about it. I think that is something which everyone should start doing, and then I think only then all of our efforts combining together can impact and make a difference in a lot of ways.
Thank you, Meher. Thanks for that. Definitely, I think you talked about 2 important points: support systems. Definitely, people talking about, yes, it need to be out there. Not just women's talking about, but men need to talk about as well. But women need to be out there, because if you keep it yourself, it affects your mental health, and it's your right to be respected. Your right to have your choice. And you need to speak about it, not keep it inside you. So definitely, yeah. Um, Yes, so I'm going to just add on, Meher, what you said on top of my perspective of how women should help themselves. So I think it's really important to understand that your internal emotion is more important. And when you grow internally, all these changes of legislation, all the things going on outside world does not affect you much as if you don't grow up yourself. So it's really important to take time, do some, positive, create some positive habit like, breathing exercise, positive affirmation, create your dream board. That's going to drive you to move forward and grow yourself internally. Because when you grow yourself internally, all these things that are coming out with external environment doesn't affect at all, because you already created your internal world so beautiful that if somebody throws something at you, it doesn't affect you because you are strong inside. And as a woman, you already unique, you bring life to this world. So it's really important to all the ladies, respect yourself, look after yourself, because you are unique, you are special, and allow those people around you to support you. And sometimes you need to express yourself to get the support, because men not necessarily understand your needs. So talk about it instead of moving away from it, and talk about these issues, what's going on, but keep growing inside. And that would be my view, Meher. Do you want to add in anything else before we close up?
I would just want to thank all the viewers from your and my side. And I agree. I mean, that's so true that if we, as you said, that we need to work on affirmations and talk about it. That's so true. I think the more we come in terms with whatever is happening out, not just inside but outside us, it becomes easier for us to take care of ourselves, take care of our well-being, and I think we are our priority, and then comes everybody else, right? If I'm not good, I tell this everywhere. If I'm not good, I won't be able to help anyone else. I can't do anything for anyone. So it is very important that I take care of me, take care of myself first of all, and then comes everybody else. And that's why this is so important, that as you said, that to work within yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I just say to
So I
all
just
women,
say to all
I say
women,
the
I
US,
say that you
keep working on yourself.
keep working on yourself.
Look after yourself
Look after yourself
and keep working internally.
and keep working internally.
Let outside
Let
affect
outside
your emotion.
your emotion. And
Because when you can, when
when you can, what are
your thought process,
your thought process?
so don't worry.
So don't worry.
And say,
And
if you
if you
me or Meher,
me or
we both
Meher,
come, you can
both
find
you can find
a
a
conversation with me, Meher
conversation with me
to explain. We
to
are in
explain.
as
We are
well.
in
Feel
as
free.
well.
Or
Feel
if you
free.
want to have a
Or if
conversation,
you want to have a conversation,
very cool. Will be
very
more.
cool. Will be
Thank you.
more.
What do you, Meher?
What do you, Meher? Thank you so much, Parul. Thank you so much for bringing this up, and I think we should go and bring up these topics more often, uh, to not just help others, but I think this is gonna help us as well, as being being in the living in different countries but doing the same job. I think our job is almost similar, because you are also working for Asian and even I. So thank you so much, and I feel we should start taking in a lot of steps instead of just talking about it, because I think that is more important than just speaking on things and not doing anything about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well said.
Ups.
Thank you. Thank you. So everyone, thanks for joining and stay tuned for more lives. But take care of yourself. take some action, look after yourself, and build yourself internally. Then you can build yourself externally, but do not let external things affect you. So thanks, Meher, thanks for joining, and I'll see you in another live. Bye now.